Okay, you're in the job search. You've built out a great resume, you found a great opportunity to apply to, and now they're bringing you in for a first interview. Great job thus far, but still some work to do. I want to take a few moments to give you some tips on how to prepare for that first meeting. The first few tips are pretty obvious. First, do some research on the company, on their website, and on LinkedIn. And also do some research on the people that you're interviewing with. Understand what their background looks like and see if you share anything in common. Print off a few hard copies of your resume, have a padfolio to carry them in, pen and paper to take notes with. Press the suit, shine the shoes, comb the hair, be ready to go. When you pull into the parking lot, consider that the start of your interview. So get your head on straight, build up your confidence, know why you're there, and be ready to go. Turn off the cell phone or leave it in the car. And when you walk into the door of that office, make sure you're ready to meet your interviewer. First impressions are important. So good handshake, smile, eye contact. Begin building rapport right away. Connect with them on a human level. People buy from who they like, they also hire who they like. They'll bring you into a conference room or an office and they'll sit you down. And at some point in time, they'll take control of the conversation and get into the more formalities of the interview. They'll begin by asking you, tell me about yourself, or walk me through your resume. Make sure you know your story. Qualify them a little bit on a starting point and then walk them through your resume. Tell them about your sales achievements, activity, number of calls a day, number of emails, number of net new clients that you've brought on board, revenue dollars, quota attainment, rankings, awards, President's Club, all of it. But also while you're doing that, tell them about your motivation and what's driven you throughout your career. Why have you gone from one role to the next, and what's motivated you to interview with this organization? They'll then ask you, what do you know about the company? Tell them what you know, and then look for a little bit of coachability. Ask them what you should know. They'll then probably ask you, why are you a good fit for this organization? Or why would you be a good fit for this role? Make sure you have your confidence and conviction built up. Again, know your story, know your translatable skill sets, and educate them on why you're a good fit and how you'd be a valuable asset for this role. They might even start to negative sell you a little bit. Tell you about the bad days. How do you feel about making 100 calls when no one picks up? How do you feel about deals not closing? You have been in sales. You know what those days look like. Again, speak with confidence and conviction about your experience in dealing with those times, how you've overcome them, and how you've been successful day in and day out. And they'll then turn the control over to you, and they'll ask, what kind of questions do you have for me? There's really only one red flag question that you stay away from. Nothing about comp, nothing about benefits, nothing about days off. You're there to show them your value, not to find out how many vacation days you have. I always recommend asking about the person you're interviewing with. What's their background? What's motivated them to join this organization? What's been their experience with the company? Find out what their story is, see if you share any commonalities, and then bring that to the surface. I would then steer a question towards their top producers. What makes their top producers so great there? What's their daily activity? What does their pipeline look like? What does their background look like? And then what kind of commonalities do you share with their top producers, and how can you bring that to the surface of the conversation? I'll then ask about the company itself, the direction, the growth. How can you be part of that? What does the next 12 months hold for the company, the next 24 months hold? And again, how can you be part of that growth? At some point in time, they'll take control back of the conversation and start to wrap up the meeting. Now again, this is a sales meeting, so you never leave a sales meeting without closing. So you want to start steering towards a trial close. This has been a great conversation. I appreciate you taking the time. At this point, do you have any questions or concerns about my ability to fill this role? Use the power of the pause, let them think about it, and come to you with an answer. They'll voice a concern. Your immediate reply should always be in the affirmative. Hey, that's a valid point. I can understand why you might say something like that. Isolate the concern, address the concern, put it to rest, and then retrial close. Any additional questions or concerns about my ability to fill this role? No, I don't. Great, what's next steps from here? Find out what the process looks like. How many other candidates are you interviewing for this role? How do I rank compared to those candidates? What's your time frame to hire? You would never leave a sales meeting without knowing what the next step is or the follow-up meeting. Hey, listen, if it's okay if I don't hear from you by Friday, then I follow up with you on Monday. Thank them for their time, grab a business card so you can follow up with them, and then show your way out. Make sure you follow up with them with a strong, formal thank you note via email. Most importantly, be yourself and have fun. Good luck with the interview.